What is up, Cradix? In this video I'm going to be giving a guide for this week's normal time trial, RC Bandito time trial, and the premium race totaling over $300,000. Remember, the time trials can only be completed once a week for the full $100,000 payout. The premium race, however, can be completed at a limited amount of times with a 48-minute cooldown between each win. Also keep in mind that rocket-powered / flying vehicles cannot be used in time trials. So, starting off with the time trial this week, which is Casino, I highly recommend either the Emerus, Krieger, Hakachu Drag, Shotaro, or 8-Baddie 801 for this time trial. Generally, most cars with good acceleration and handling will be able to easily beat this time trial, but those are the ones I ultimately recommend mostly. Now, in terms of route, make sure to take the shortcut across the highway at the beginning, as you can see here. Now, it might take a few tries because you have to get pretty lucky with the traffic. Again, you're going across a few highway lanes, but in the end, it's definitely worth it due to how much time it saves. Also, there are a few other routes and small shortcuts I recommend, as you can see here, to save you even more time. In general, the hardest part of this time trial is definitely the traffic. Most of it is getting lucky with spawns, so don't beat yourself up too much if you get messed up by traffic a lot. Just respawn and try again. It's just part of this particular time trial because of that highway shortcut at the beginning, and then the Vinewood Hills area. You guys know the traffic is always a mess there, but as always, I will be attempting to use either the Casino Podium vehicle or a prize ride of the current event week on these time trials if they're quick enough to complete them. So for this event week, we have the Adder on the Casino Podium and the Fister Growler as the prize ride. Now, the Adder is good in terms of top speed, but not so great in terms of handling and acceleration. So I decided to give it a shot with the Growler, even though it's not a crazy fast car, but it does have better handling and acceleration than the Adder, so I figured I would have a better chance in that one in comparison. So here's my run in a fully upgraded Fister Growler. Moving on to this week's RC Bandito time trial, which is Construction Site 1. As always, you need to own an RC Bandito in order to participate in these. So this RC time trial, in my opinion, is the most difficult out of all the time trials for RC, mainly due to the ramp situation to go up and down different floors. And of course, there's a few tight areas in this time trial, and both high speed and low speed corners as well. Honestly, the biggest tip I can give for this one, mainly overall, is just to take it slow, because this time trial does give quite a bit of extra time. So in the beginning section, make sure to let off the throttle a lot during the turns, and once you get to that kind of building area, just brake a lot before the ramps and take your time. Again, there's a bunch of extra time, and it's a lot better to take your time rather than trying to go crazy fast and then fail 100 times. It's just not worth it. You're better off trying to be consistent. Now, I'm pretty used to these RC time trials, so you're going to see my run here is pretty fast, but again, if you're not too great with the handling of the Bandito, just take it slow and you'll be fine. And lastly, we have this week's premium race, which is taking off. This one is restricted to the supercars class. I highly recommend either the Emirates, Krieger, or the Vest 8 for this race. Now this one is pretty easy as it's just going around the airport runways with high-speed corners, and usually for this one I pick the Emirates, but some of you suggested to give myself more of a challenge for this week, so I reluctantly decided to pick a supercar with a top speed that can somewhat keep up even though the handling isn't really there and I'll dramatically lose speed in the corners. So I went with the X80, and you'll see in the footage that I could barely keep up with the multiple Emirates I was racing against, but with some back and forth slipstream and the first place guy missing a checkpoint on the last lap, I was able to take the win. Again, mostly luck there, but obviously I don't recommend doing it with the X80 or any other car that's not the Emirates, Krieger, or the Vest 8, because you will fall behind because you lack either the top speed or you lack the handling, which the Emirates, Krieger, and the Vest 8 just have a lot better of. But anyways, here's my very lucky race with the X80. And that's it, guys. The normal time trial is pretty easy in general, but again, the traffic can get a bit annoying. The RC time trial is pretty difficult if you've never done it before, so just make sure to take it slow. And this week's premium race is pretty easy if you use one of the 3 vehicles I mentioned. Again, remember guys, you can earn over $300,000 between the 3 this week, and setting yourself a goal to beat them is always a lot of fun in my personal opinion. Let me know which one you found most difficult and what vehicles you use down below in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.